Hey, guys, welcome to Vanquisher. Let's start a new story. Naruto, the Vanquisher. Chapter 1, Demon Boy. We see a mob chasing after a boy, but they couldn't catch him, and one of them threw a rock at him. It hit the boy's head and he slowed down from the pain. The mob ran behind him, and they caught him at last. They dragged him into a side alley where no one comes. Then they all started to beat him. The boy started to cry for help, but no one came to help him. Lots of people were walking through the main street and they were seeing what is happening to him, but no one stepped further to stop them. After all of them completed beating him, they left the place. Naruto was struggling to stand up, but he can't stand on his feet. Both his legs were broken, and he was bleeding from all over his body. He then struggles himself and dragged himself along the streets. After a long time, he reached his house. All his energy was drained, and he fell unconscious in front of the building where he lives. After waking up, he walked himself into his house in the middle of the night and started to think about the incident. He then remembered a man calling him a demon and remembered the first time he was attacked by a group of men, and he noticed that all of them calling him a demon. He then questioned himself, why are all these people are hating him to their core? Then he heard a knock on the door and opened the door to see pink-haired women. He then greeted her with a smile and she took out a box full of food. She then handed out the box to him. He also took the box and then closed the door. After some time there was a thud and the women then entered the room. She then looked at the boy who was about to die and he is coughing blood. She then took the boiling water and splashed them on his face. The boiling water burnt all his face and the pain he is going through is unimaginable. She then cut the gas pipe and left the room. Within few minutes the room was filled with gas. Then the room was lit on fire and the loud boom was heard all over the place. The guards came to the spot, but they couldn't put off the fire. After some time they started to hear the screams of the boy, and he was going through hell. One of the guards went inside to save the boy, but he too was caught in the fire and died. Then a blast of chakra was released, and the guards who are in a radius of 10 meters were knocked unconscious. Soon the Anbus, Shinobi Council, and higher-ranked Jonins alerted. They all gathered at Naruto's house. When they reached, they saw the guards are unconscious and the fire is blazing. The Hokage then shot a stream of water at the fire, and the place was now cleared up. The Anbus started to search the place, and they found a body which was burnt. They saw the pulse, and he was dead. The Hokage ordered them to search for the boy. They started to look for him, and after searching for a while they found a body which was burnt all over. After examining the body they found that the boy was still breathing, and they immediately took him to the hospital. The Jonins and the clan heads surrounded the place and checked for any evidence of the attack. After that they left the place. Hiruzen went to the hospital. After seeing the state of Naruto, he was angry at the villagers. The next day Hiruzen ordered his Anbu to investigate the case. The unit of 10 Anbus are given the mission to investigate the case. Hiruzen also called the council and discussed the punishment of the members involved in the attack. Danzo tried to take Naruto under his control, but Hiruzen didn't agree with him, and the shinobi side of the council supported Hiruzen. The civilian council tried to make their point that the Kyuubi was controlling the boy to do its bidding, so they suggested that they banish or kill the boy. After hearing the statements of the civilian council, Hiruzen then said that the boy will leave in a special quarter arranged for him. He also mentioned that the consequences of attacking the boy will be serious, and after that, he left the room. The civilian council then requested the clan heads to support them in getting rid of the demon, but they all declined the offer. It is almost a month since the attack and Naruto were still in a coma. Hiruzen was the only one who is visiting him, and some other times the old man of a ramen restaurant would visit him. The house built for Naruto was completed, and he was shifted from the hospital to his new home and no one knows where the house is located. Just after shifting, Naruto showed signs of response, and within a week he was up and he started to get back to normal. Hiruzen then started to spend more time with Naruto, and he has changed a lot in just a few months, but he was hostile to anyone other than Hiruzen. Hiruzen forced him to make friends with his age children, and he used to go to grounds with Hiruzen and meet a lot of people. In the process, he made many friends of his age, and their parents also didn't object to them because of the Hokage. They all knew what he went through and how he survived through death, but only a few of them are talking to him. Shikamaru, Choji, and Shino are the only friends Naruto had. He would not go to another place in the village, except for the ground, to play with his friends, and Hiruzen would visit him every day. In the evening after dinner he would leave to his house in the village. In a rundown alley, we see a ninja with a mask talking to few people, and he handed over a letter to them, and he left the place. After that, they opened the letter, and after reading the letter caught on fire and burned to ashes. In the council meeting about the matter of Naruto, Hiruzen was serious, and he knows who's behind all of this, but he has no proof to back up his allegations. He was angry at himself for not doing anything about the case and who is involved with it, and Danzo was raising a question about the payment of the damages that Naruto caused and the money used for his new house. Hiruzen replied to them that he used the money from the 4th Hokage account, but the civilian council didn't agree with it, and it started an argument that caused havoc. At last Hiruzen gave the money from his pocket. The reason for all the havoc is because the money in the account is the money that civilians gave him as the rent for using his property. According to them, the money belongs to them, and the property should also be given to them, but Hiruzen didn't agree with it, and the Shinobi Council members also objected to their demands. The village council is still collecting the rent from the civilian population, and the money in the account is equal to the economy of the Konoha. After that, Hiruzen started to give him the records of the village and history to learn more about the history of the world. Plus. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, then please do share, like, and subscribe to this channel for more videos.